In 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the first ever episode of FanWorks Fridays. Now, basically the intention of this series is just for me to patrol various websites for various fanworks on various fandoms. I was originally going to call this series Fandom Fridays, but the word fandom has a very distinct negative appeal to it. Because fandoms suck. Sometimes. But I figured we'd celebrate the good parts of fandoms, and that's why we have FanWorks Fridays. So, basically the point is I'm going to be patrolling various websites. Now, the scheme of this series is going to be one website dedicated to like fan art and things like that. One episode dedicated to like fan fiction, fan art, fan fiction. And it's going to change from a different fandom every month. And for this first month, I figured I'd start where it all started for me. And that is going to be at none other than... Hold for a second. Just gotta remember my login information. Of course, I got the email address attached to it. There we go. I just forgot my login information really quickly. So we're going to go ahead and save that. So we're going to start at the one place it all started for me back whenever I was young, and that is Code Lyoko. Now, I was really young. I was like 7, 8, something like that, whenever Code Lyoko came on, whenever Code Lyoko was really big on like Cartoon Network. And I don't know, something about it finally just spoke to me, and it stoked this fire inside of me that has led me to this point right here and now, which for better or worse, I'm here and I'm gonna enjoy it. So let's check out some Code Lyoko fan art on Tumblr. Well, now they're just the same person. Really anime. Really. Now, if they remade Code Lyoko and they remade it in anime, I really think that it could be good, because I went back and watched Code Lyoko about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's not great. It's not great in the slightest. It's actually very, very kind of bad, but I feel like if they could remake it, as an anime, use kind of like this art style right here, and I think it could be decent. It'd look good if nothing else, because like conceptually it's there. It just, writing-wise, it wasn't. And that's what I came to realize closer to the end. Ooh, you know what? Jim really is a good boy. Jim Morales, the best boy. And it was just so crazy because, like, at one end, like, I was definitely enjoying myself when I was rewatching it, but it's that nostalgic factor, and I think that's what gets a lot of people. I can recognize that after season 1 or 2, I guess after season 2, I'll say after season 2, it really started going a little bit downhill writing-wise, because season 1 had that good premise. I had that good premise of just, hey, we're a bunch of kids, we're going into a virtual world, we're stopping a virtual threat, and it's great. But then after season 2, after they get Aelita out of the virtual world, and then, you know, apparently Xana's getting stronger every time they go back to the past, which was always a very cool plot element, and I always really liked it. And I also really like this, all the forms of Aelita, back from classic season 1, season 2, to her updated version in season 3, where she just gets angel wings for no good reason. But it's cool, and I'll forgive it. But after season 2, it just kind of started going downhill because, you know, Xana gets out of the virtual world, and then he basically gets plot powers. He can basically just, like, do anything, which makes him this really unstoppable, powerful threat. Yet somehow he still gets thwarted by a bunch of kids. Crazy. So kawaii. So cute. Odd is my main man. Out of all the characters, Odd was always the dude. And I actually tallied it up. Out of all the main characters, Odd was the one who went into Lyoko the most. So that boy was determined to save the world. And there's a few times he didn't go in, it's because he was completely incapacitated. Like that one where like he was in a music coma or something. And just, Odd is best boy. Jim is best boy. Ulrich is not best boy. We'll get into that maybe at some other point during the during FanWorks Fridays. But like that, I like this. There's a lot of Aelita. Oh, that's good. It's like a handsome college boy. Is that kind of what this is? Yeah, I think that's kind of what this is. Everyone being aged up to like late high school, college age. Like it, like it, like it. She looks pretty much the same, but just like a little taller. Still like it. Ulrich, you're still a punk. I like it though. Main man, always the main man, always the number one dude. Love it. And William, you also look kind of like the same, but your head just fits your body. I also like how all their heads in the show are just very, very large. Because I mean, that's just how it is when you're younger. And now they all have heads that fit on bodies that match. It's perfect. Well, what do we got here? Just a couple girls chilling in the virtual world, 5 feet apart because they're not gay. I just have so many feelings and memories just rushing back to me right now, and I'm really glad I'm starting to do this series. This is basically going to be my other weekly thing, because I have a few things going on with this channel. Got the party favors, which are just fun little crappy things that I do because I'm bored and I want to share my humor with the world. FanWorks Fridays will be another weekly thing you can expect. Then there are the game reviews, there are the theories, and then there are the top 5s. Why is she holding Kiwi? Odd should be holding Kiwi. Granted, Aelita likes Kiwi the second most out of everybody here, but Odd should be holding Kiwi. Wait, what do we got here? Dude. See, this is what I hate about Tumblr sometimes. You wanna look at some of the posts, but they're blocked out by other posts. It's not a very organized website, but I do appreciate it because I get to look at fan art, and that's pretty much all I use Tumblr for. Because some of the other parts of Tumblr are, of course, bad. It's kind of representative of fandoms themselves, because some parts of fandoms are really, really bad. But then there are other parts that give you just good old fan art. Look at this. Crossover between Code Lyoko and Pokemon. Just got Espeon. Got a few other animal Pokemon who I just can't tell you right now, right off the top of my head. But I love it. It looks good. Oh, just a bunch of happy friends. Well, most of them. It's like a season 1 happy friends month. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. I'm about it. I can get behind it. Also really like this, because it's like a good contrast between the angelic form in which she assumes and what she's like put into in a lot of ways, and just being normal. It's kind of like being a secret superhero and having a secret identity. It's neat. Putting too much into it. Oh yeah, the original Skrillex. I forgot. But it's awesome. The animation, not entirely, but it's still good. Well, let's see what we got here. Well, let me click on it, so we'll just have to read it here. In Spanish time, laughing at the big foreheads, we forget to mention the more awesome bits. These are children who fear their friend is dead, but like Jeremy, they keep working on. Oh, can't remember that scene, but I think it's the one where Yumi dies. Like, she just legitimately dies, and they have to bring her back, which did get kind of serious and dark, especially for like a mid-2000s mainstream animation network show. Like, really intense. I feel like this be like a much more like Americanized version of the show, if that were ever done. It's how she would look. A Code Lyoko go, if you were, though. Don't quote me on that. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. No, this right here is a crossover I can get behind. Cat Noir, Cat Noir, and Odd, definitely. Silly nerdy blonde boy duo, of course, always. What we got going on here? Everyone looks very serious, except Odd, and Jeremy, and Yumi, and well, no, Ulrich and William are the only ones who look serious. But Ulrich and William are well, Ulrich is arguably the worst character, but you know, I won't say that officially. But it's pretty much true. Ooh, punk rocker AU. I love it. Good job, Dallin Bori. You did good work. Proud of you. Oh, hey. This is kind of a duo you never really saw on the show, because as soon as they introduced William, it just automatically became like Ulrich's nemesis for Yumi's affection, which love triangles are always the best, especially ones from mid-2000s animated series. But I always kind of really liked William, like, in general. Especially whenever they finally decided, like, they needed more help. So they decided to get William to tag along. And, like, he's just really about it. He was just like, yeah, get me in there. I want to mess some fools up. Give me a big sword, and I'll do that. And he did do that. For about 5 minutes before getting taken over completely. Which, going back to it, why didn't Xana just do that? Why didn't he just take over the Lyoko warriors, like, one at a time? I mean, it couldn't be that, you know, William was super new, because, well, it could have been because of that. It might have actually been because of that, but at the same time, I feel like Xana could have tried a little harder. Like, in every episode, he always tries one super villainous plot that doesn't end up going anywhere, and then he just completely throws that away for the rest of the show. Like, I felt like if he tried doing 2 of these evil plots at the same time, he might have gotten somewhere. He might have won. Don't really know what his goal is. I think he was just destroying the world because he was an AI and he saw humans as inferior, so he needed to do that. But why did he feel that way? Where's my Xana backstory? I didn't get it. I didn't get my Xana backstory. And now here I am, looking at fan art for a show that was finished 10 years ago. And I love it. This is great. I hope you guys are enjoying some of this fan art. Because I am. Like I said, Code Lyoko the anime. That's an idea I will put out in the ether. That's a good idea. Oh wait, it's multiple. Ooh. That's a statement right there. Nope. More will I am. Nope. I don't get to see that one. Oh wait, I do. Oh wait, no, that's Ulrich. Well, that makes more sense. That's why I hated it so much. Just kidding, don't hate Ulrich. Just a touch, not the biggest fan of Ulrich. It's fine though. William just on here twice? Oh, that makes sense. Good Ulrich though. Snappy Ulrich. I appreciate this Ulrich. Good job. Good Yumi. Snappy Yumi. I appreciate this Yumi. Good Aelita. Talented Aelita. Aelita has wings and it's great. Alright, now here was the ship. This is what I'm talking about. Aelita Jeremy, please. It's all about odd Aelita. You know it. I know it. We all know it, but we're not getting into shipping yet. That's not this kind of FanWorks Friday. Not yet. There could be some based on some of those, but I've got to get a little more ballsy for that first. But I think for this first episode, that's as good of a place to end it as any. I'm just going to test out this formula a little bit more, see what works, see what doesn't work. But this is where we're going to end it today. This is going to be the first one up. It's going to be about Code Lyoko. It's going to be good. So, until next Friday, I hope you've enjoyed some of the FanWorks that we saw here, enjoyed some of the talk about Code Lyoko, and come in next week and we're going to read some Code Lyoko fan fiction. A one-shot, because we obviously don't have infinite time, and I kind of want to get some stuff out there really quickly. So, until next time, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a good night. And remember, every video is a party, and you're invited to the next one.